Oh, hello. I'm cosmonaut Tal Blevins, coming to you live from the IGN space station, somewhere deep within the Pickle Nebula. Today we're going to be bringing you our Eve, the second Genesis video preview. Hope you enjoy. Oh, I don't feel so good. Oh.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Eve, the second Genesis is a massively multiplayer online game set entirely in space. It's being developed by Iceland-based CCP, and this is their first game. And being an MMO, they're kind of setting the ambition bar pretty high with their virgin product. But as you can see from the space scene, the visuals are pretty impressive at this point, especially the lighting effects. After seeing the game in motion, I can definitely say it's one of the best MMOs I've ever seen, and the graphics rival even single-player games that I've seen out there on the market, so they're doing really well on the art side. Like I said, it's set in space, so for the most part you're going to be looking at spaceships, planets, stars, and the like. There's no real planet-side exploration, and while you'll never really see your character model, you will create an avatar at the beginning of the game. Here you see the character creation process. You can have up to 3 characters per account, offering you a little bit of variety in what kind of characters you want to play in the game, so you can try out different things. At the start of the game, you'll see, get a highly modifiable portrait to work with. You'll pick your empire first. It's no real races in the game because you're all humans. Your empires just kind of offer you slightly separate skill base to work with. Then you can choose different heads, hair, tattoos, eyes, lighting, and the like. You can actually get some pretty interesting combinations going on, as you can see here. The custom lighting actually is really, really cool in the game and adds a lot of depth and drama to your character portrait. Later on in the game, you'll also be able to pick up some new markings and tattoos, lighting schemes, accessories like sunglasses and jewelry, backgrounds and augmentations. The last pieces, like the augmentations, will actually not only be helpful to your character and improve statistics, but they'll also look really cool on your character portrait. This is the space station screen. This is where you'll do a lot of the business in Eve. You'll be able to trade commodities here, recycle, manufacture goods, create missions, and so on. For the most part, the economy in Eve is a player-based economy. NPCs do provide some basic items, but you'll have to buy the best items directly from other human players in the game. The entire game is also skill-based, so there aren't any really levels in the game. You improve your skills by buying modules and then training with them. One of the really kind of neat aspects of Eve is that you can train while you're totally offline. So when you're ready to log out, you simply go to a space station and sit your character to train on a module, and when you come back, you'll have something to show for all your hard work. It's just one of the ways that CCP is trying to keep it interesting for players who can't devote 40 hours a week to playing the game directly. You'll also outfit your ship at the space station with different weapons and shields, missiles and the like. Outfitting, as you can see, is as simple as picking the module that you want and just dragging and dropping it on to the correct area on your ship. You can have a number of ships actually parked at the space station at once. So you can build, like, say, a fighter or a freighter or a cruiser, and then depending on what mission you're going to go to next, you can take them out of dry dock as you see fit and fly off into space. What you're looking at now is the universe map. As you can see, the game world is absolutely huge. Each one of those nodes that you see on the map is a solar system, and each solar system has multiple planets, space stations, and areas to explore. CCP plans on having about 2,000 solar systems available at launch, but players will be able to open as many as 3,000 more throughout the progression of the game. The team is planning on having GM-controlled events every few months, so hopefully the game will continue to grow with the players. Eve is primarily a player versus player game. And although you can fight non-player characters, mainly like pirates and such, most of the combat will be head-on against other real-life human players. Like the rest of the game, the combat is skill-based, and Eve's not a Twitch fighter, so don't think like Freelancer here. You're going to be picking menus, choosing options, but you do have a variety of options in combat, like altering your shield levels or changing your formations, like say if you're fighting in a group, things like that. While the combat looks a little bit sparse in this video, you'll have to remember that this is just the beta version, so there aren't that many people playing right now. CCP is planning to support up to 30,000 concurrent players per game world. There'll be some limits to how many players can be in the same space squadron at once, but you can still expect to see battles with hundreds of spaceships going at it at once in the final release. You're probably wondering how death is handled in the game. When you get blown up, you're going to lose your spaceship, so that's some money down the drain. But if you manage to get back to the space station in your escape pod, then you're all cool. You're good. At least you didn't die. But if your pursuer is a murderous bastard like Ivan Sulich, chances are you'll wind up a burnt crisp of flesh floating in space. Luckily, in the game, you can buy a clone, Depending on how much money you have to spend, your death penalty will actually be lower. So the more expensive clones afford you a lower skill penalty in the game. Right now the game is pretty much content complete. And now the folks at CCP are working on putting the final coat of polish on everything and getting the bugs out. Barring any major problems, the game will probably be out by the end of March. At least that's the planned ship date right now. There's going to be a monthly charge of around $12 a month to play, but that's pretty standard for MMOs so far. So if you're interested in what you saw today in the video preview, look for our big-ass written preview tomorrow on IGN PC. Later.